Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Art World Confessions. Today I'm going to speak about a certain article I ran across about a month ago, and it came in very useful actually because over the years, when you talk about art and you talk about art dealing, there's always someone who's going to pop up who has something to sell. Sometimes they're going to have an old Caravaggio, sometimes they're going to have a Titian, sometimes they're going to have some coins or some jewelry like this last person who I met recently. And I'm only laughing because, whenever I hear these things, I get excited because I like art and I like art history. And the idea that you will find something really rare that no one has found or sold as yet can be very enticing. So very often I go along with it. And in the old days, I used to get super excited, like I said. Thankfully, I have friends in the art world who are in the know, who've been doing this for a really long time. And I also have friends in old master circles, experts who I happily go to and share the works that I find. So once or twice things have worked out, but more often than not, nothing works out because whatever the person has brought is not real or has something questionable about it, or there's always something a little bit off. It's never as good as it seems. So in the article it says, it's an ArtNet article, the dealer who sold the world's most expensive coin has been arrested for falsifying the $4.2 million artifact's provenance. So yeah, apparently these guys who had been trying to sell this before, they didn't have any luck because the provenance was a little bit questionable. They had what this article called, said that it was part of a prominent Swiss collection, which the article goes on to say is often code for work that's like not good, work that's I should have saved the line, but basically it's code for something's wrong with this work and we have no idea where it came from, and wherever it came from, it's probably not a good place. So anyways, these guys have been arrested, sadly. Apparently this Mr. Beale, or whatever his name is, was a rising star in this whole world of ancient coins. So it's a pity. But like I said, maybe they just got tired of waiting around and then they were like, look, let's just add this name there and say it came from this collection or whatever. But anyway, obviously that's wrong. It's called fraud and you end up in jail for it. And, I brought this up because my friend who I recently met had contacts to someone who found or had this ancient jewelry and coins for sale. So when he sent me these very blurry pictures, I was very happy to just send him this article and say, look, okay, read that article. And then when you figure it out, send me the provenance. And of course, we'll never hear back from him because probably there's no provenance. But anyways, the next thing I wanted to mention about that is some of the works that are still available and still being shopped around by these old masters. And again, there have been exhibitions over the years with works from Caravaggio or from any of these old masters who have been somehow verified. And don't get me wrong, even my experts in the auction houses, there have been works over the years that passed through auction houses, that passed through these hands of experts, and that turned up later on to be fake. Also, the idea that some of these guys have been selling these things for years and they've already been cleaned up. Their provenance has sort of been cleaned up because they've entered into museums or they've entered into really high-end collections that now, to say that they're not real would be sort of sacrilege. But I'm wearing my Botticelli dress today just in case you haven't seen it, and my Botticelli here. But I wore this dress specifically for this topic because old masters is a really fun topic for me to delve into from time to time. Some of my friends, like I said, are experts, and some of the stories they have are just really fascinating. Stories about collectors, stories about the artists themselves, stories about finding artworks. It just goes on and on and on. So if you find something like in a garage sale, if you find something in someone's attic after years, it could be worth something, and there are experts who can verify it. But for the most part, I wouldn't get my hopes up if someone comes to you and says, oh look, I have this, my friend showed me this, or something like that. I think that's pretty much how Salvator Mundi or whatever, that work was attributed to Michelangelo that sold for 400 and something million dollars. I think that's how that story actually began. But that story is still controversial even up to this day. So anyways, that's it for today's Art World Confessions. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and by all means, tune in again to another episode of Art World Confessions. Have a great